Hi, I'm Charlotte with Freezer Meals 101. Welcome to another What's for Dinner. I'm just gonna quickly take you through what we ate this week and how we transformed our freezer meals into our weeknight suppers. The last time that Christy and I got together and did the freezer meals, we, as always, tried some new to us recipes. And one of those was this Tuscan garlic chicken kind of pasta saucy thing. And so I took that out, served it, of course, over pasta with salad on the side. And also we had stopped when we were in the mountains at this store that specializes in focaccia bread. And so good. It's like got cheese baked in there too. It's just really good. I think it must be like Asiago or Parmesan or something like that. But whatever it is, whatever spices they use, it is like the perfect blend because it's so good. So I had taken one of those out of the freezer and put it in aluminum foil and heated it in the oven. And we dipped that into some flavored olive oil and balsamic vinegar. I think it was like a sriracha honey balsamic vinegar. And I forget what flavor the olive oil was. But anyway, whatever combination it was, maybe lemon, I don't know, but it was really delicious. So that was a great meal. I think now with the Tuscan garlic chicken pasta thing, it was good and the flavors were really good. And one of our daughters had some friends over that night and like we had no leftovers. They loved it. But the feedback from my husband and I is that we would have preferred it with cube chicken instead of shredded chicken. Now there was something about like the look of the dish and the way, like the textures and stuff, that just this particular sauce for me was not conducive to shredded chicken. My husband doesn't like crab meat, and he said that because in his head it looked like crab, again because of the like the colors of the sauce and the texture and stuff, he like it tasted to him like crab, even though it doesn't taste like crab, but he just got that in his head. So he was like, I would try it again, but with cube chicken. And I felt the same way. For me, the shredded chicken was a miss in this recipe. It's great in some recipes, just did not work in this one. So I would do that recipe again, but I would like to try it with cube chicken next time. Once a week, we have our whole family, well, most of our family. One of our sons lives in another province, so not him, but our adult daughter and her husband and some of our son's girlfriends and all, like we just have everybody over, and sometimes one of my parents or the other or whatever, and have a big family dinner, and we play board games and just like have nice family time. So this week when we did that, I took out 2 bags of that lady's chicken, and we had that. The kids have been asking me to make this for a while, and I used to make it all the time. I've gotten out of the habit of it, so it's been a while. You can find that, I'll link it below, but I did a video of only chicken recipes, and so you can find that in there. So I put both bags of that lady's chicken into the slow cooker, cooked that, and we served it with rice and salad. It was a really tasty dinner, and I had forgotten how delicious that chicken is. It's amazing, and it's only 4 ingredients, so really good. We'll definitely be making that more often now that we've gotten a taste of it again, and there's lots of sauce on it, so we like to spoon that over the rice. Speaking of rice, another night this week, we had chicken fried rice. It is my aunt's recipe, so we call it Tante Giselle's chicken fried rice. And I will link that down below so you can get that full recipe if you want. It is really good. And it's super easy to heat up because the chicken's already cooked, the rice is already cooked, so literally you're just like reheating in a skillet. If you want to, you can add some oil and fry it. If you want to just reheat it, you can just reheat it. Depends on what kind of texture you're looking for the rice. But because you've got your veggies and your chicken right in there, it is a full meal and so fast. It's like 10-15 minutes and it's on the table. So that's always a good one for busy weeks. And oh my goodness, this was such a busy week. We had a ton of appointments and yeah, some hospital appointments for 2 of our daughters and just like so much running around. So it was really nice to be able to come home. I had already taken that meal out in the morning, but be able to come home and put it in the skillet and eat like very quickly after that. Another night we had the ravioli lasagna with salad. Now the ravioli cooks up right in there, so you can cook this from frozen or from thawed. This particular night, I knew that I wouldn't have quite as much time as I would need to cook it from frozen, so I did thaw it this time. Normally I cook it from frozen, but you just gotta make sure that you take the plastic wrap off before you replace the foil, and then towards the end, you're gonna take the foil off so that that cheese kind of browns and melts and bubbles up and all that good stuff. And the last recipe that we had this week was the one pot taco spaghetti. And that is another new to us recipe from this latest freezer meal marathon session. And wow, that's what I have to say. Wow. The way you know that this meal was a hit at our house is that one of our sons didn't get to eat it. Oh my goodness. I didn't realize that he was home from work yet. And so I didn't call him up for supper and it was gone. And really, like, there's probably enough to feed all of us, but it was gone. It was just like devoured. So definitely that one was very, very popular. This is our first time ever trying a freezer meal. This is our first time ever trying a one pot freezer meal, and it makes me kind of like, it's got my brain going where I'm thinking like, what other one pot recipes could we convert into freezer meals? Because I love having less dishes to do. So that was like the big appeal for me, was less dishes. But then when I actually tried it, like the flavor, it feels like the spaghetti noodles like soaked up some of the flavor from the sauce because they cooked in the sauce, and it was just so good. And all I had to do was add 3 cups of water into the skillet with just the freezer bag contents and then put the spaghetti right in there. That is easy. Everybody loved it, other than, you know, the son that didn't get to try it. So sorry, Josiah. Anyway, okay, so that is what we had for dinner this week. I will put that chicken video right there so that you can find that lady's chicken if you want to see if your family loves it as much as ours does. Join me again next week, and happy cooking.